Hi, I'm Lisa Bardot, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to draw a piece of cake in Procreate. If you're new to Procreate, I highly recommend checking out my Intro to Procreate tutorial to get you familiar with all the basics. And we're also going to be using a lot of alpha lock and clipping masks, so if you're unfamiliar with those, I would check out my Procreate tutorial for masks. I will be doing this drawing using brushes from my gouache paintbox. Let's get to it! We're going to start our drawing out with a sketch. Draw 3 dots to establish the basic shape of the top of the cake. I'm going to connect the dots using the quick line feature. Draw a line but don't lift up your pencil, and you'll see it will create a straight line. And then draw a curved line on the back end. We're going to use quick line again to draw the bottom of the cake, and then finish it up at the bottom. Next, I'm going to draw on the 2 layers of cake, and I want to do a little icing decoration on the back end of that cake, so I'm just going to draw in some basic shapes for that for now. I'm going to use the quick line feature again to draw a cylinder for my candle, and then of course a little flame at the top. Now that I've got a basic sketch, I'm going to draw a second, more detailed version of that sketch. Reduce the opacity of the sketch layer, and then create a new layer right above it. Now I'm going to go ahead and just trace over, this time adding a little more detail. I don't want these lines to be as perfectly straight as I drew them, but it's good to draw them straight to begin with. That way we have kind of a good guide as we're making them a little less straight in this new sketch. Okay, sketch all done. So now I can delete the first sketch layer. I don't need that. And now I will reduce the opacity of that new sketch layer and create a new layer and place it below the sketch layer. Now I'm ready to start blocking in areas with color. To do these large shapes, I'm going to use the gouache thick brush from the gouache paintbox. These brushes have a lot of texture, and the texture shows up even more if you use a lighter touch. So if you press really heavy, you won't see the texture as much. And if you use tilt on your Apple Pencil, the brush will actually get a little bit bigger, making it easier to fill in some of these areas. Okay, cake looks good. We're not going for crazy detail here. We're just kind of making the basic shapes. So I'm going to create a new layer above that inside cake layer. And I'm going to choose this nice pink. And I'm just going to color in that topmost part of the cake. And then I'll create another layer between those 2 layers. And this layer will be for the filling of the cake, the icing that's between the layers. In my mind, the light on this piece of cake is coming from the upper right side. So this side would be a little bit darker. So I'm going to choose a darker pink to fill in this area. And I'm going to do one more layer to color in the shape of the candle. I'm going to do this using a nice orange. And don't forget the flame. Now that we've got our basic shapes laid out, it's time to turn off the sketch and start adding in detail. I'm going to start with those inner layers of cake. So the first thing that I want to do is add some all over texture. So for this, I'm going to sample the cake color and then choose a color that's a little bit darker, a little more saturated. And then I'm going to use the dry toothy brush from the set just to kind of paint over some all over texture on that. I'm not being too uniform. I'm just kind of adding some strokes here and there. And then I'm going to choose a color to add in some highlights of the same thing. So I'll choose a much lighter color and then just paint in a few more strokes using that same brush. Next, I'm going to draw in those little kind of air pockets that are all over the cake. So I'm going to use the dry detail brush for this. It's got a little bit of texture, but it's great for doing detail work. So I'm just going to draw little dots kind of randomly all over the cake. Then I'm going to get an even darker, more saturated color, and then just add a little line along the bottom left edge that would represent a shadow within that hole. And then I think I'm going to add in just a few more dots to give it a little more texture. So I'll get the dark color again and just kind of dot, dot, dot all over. Little short lines, little dots. And then I'll do the same with a light color as well. So the next thing to do is add in some darkness wherever the cake would have touched the pan. That part would be a little bit darker. So I'm going to grab a darker color and I'm going to use my dry round brush. And this brush has some really great texture. It's not super opaque. There's a lot of great texture in it. So I'm just going to go along the very top edge, the side, and the very bottom edge. Because if you imagine a cake in a pan that you turn into a layered cake, you're really just like slicing it in half. So the two center bits wouldn't have any of that darkness there. And then using an even darker color along the outer edge of that as well. It's always good to zoom out every now and then just to kind of see how everything's looking. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So now we're going to move on to adding texture to the inner layers of icing on the cake. So the first thing I'm doing here is selecting that same color and using the gouache thick brush again to just kind of fill in some areas that maybe didn't get filled in enough when I was doing my initial color blocking. And then I'm using a brush called Dry Swash, and I'm turning on Alpha Lock so that the texture I'm about to paint will stay within the shape of the frosting I've already drawn. And a little bit darker pink, and I'm just going to kind of randomly add in some sort of wavy lines. I'm giving the impression of kind of some frosting that's kind of, I don't know, kind of going up and down, and it's been worked with, and yeah, I'm nothing too exact here. I'm just kind of going for the impression of frosting. So I'm using a little bit darker pink, and then I'm grabbing a lighter pink, adding a few details, and then going even lighter with the pink, and just kind of working with it, thinking about where shadows might be and maybe highlights. So that's what I'm doing as I'm drawing in all these little swashes. So now I'm going to add a little shadow line where the icing meets the cake. So first I'll turn off Alpha Lock because I don't want my brush strokes to be confined anymore. I'm going to be using the dry detail brush, and this brush is nice and thick. It has a lot of nice thicks and thins as you apply pressure. So I'm going to use that to draw a line of varying thickness along all those edges. And a little bit of shadow down at the bottom. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to move on to the top of the cake. And I'm going to use a very similar technique here. I'm using the dry swash brush again to just add in some kind of wavy lines, switching back and forth between a darker pink and a lighter pink. And then I'm going to add some detail to the decorative icing that's on the back edge of the cake. So it's been a while since I decorated a cake, but this is kind of using that star tip that goes up and over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw lines that kind of converge at the kind of tips of these little mounds of icing. I know I'm super technical with the frosting terms. But yeah, so I'm kind of making stripes that follow that pattern. And then I will take an even lighter pink and add just a highlight detail to the edges of that. And if you zoom out, you can see it's starting to have the impression of those icing shapes. But it's not perfect yet, but I'm going to move on to the candle and then come back and add some more shading later. So going to the candle layer, we're going to turn on Alpha Lock, and then I'm going to select a yellow color and just draw some spirally stripes all along the length of the candle. And then I'm going to use the eraser tool and erase away just a little bit where each stripe reaches the side of the candle, because I imagine this stripe is carved in like you sometimes see on candles. The next thing that I'm going to do is start adding some shadows and highlights to the candle. To do this, I'm going to use a new layer. I'm going to make that layer a clipping mask. When I use a clipping mask, whatever I draw on this layer will remain within the shape of the candle layer, which is right below it. I'm also going to turn on the multiply blend mode. And what this does is whatever I draw into this layer will darken the layer down below it. The two will interact together to create a darkening effect. I'm using the dry round brush to do this, and I'm just kind of painting in some strokes all up and down the left side. And I'm going to come in with an even darker color to kind of add in some more shading on the very edge. And then I want to add some contour shading under the edges of that kind of carved in spiral stripe. The brush I'm using for this is the gouache round brush. Then I'm just going to add in a line kind of along the top edge of the stripe. Now I'm going to use another layer as a clipping mask to do all the highlights. And this layer, the blend mode is going to be set to screen. This layer will interact with all the layers below it, creating a lightening effect. So I'm just going to use that same brush and just paint in some highlights on the bottom edge of the stripe. And then I'm going to use the dry round brush again to add some highlights to the side and the top of the candle as well. And I want to add some details to the flame, so I'm going to use the dry detail brush again and just add in some kind of like orange little short brush strokes with a flick at the end will create that effect where it's kind of looks dry and a little more tapered up at the top. And I'll do a little bit darker orange at the very bottom. And then of course the candle also needs a wick, so we'll draw that in too. So now I'm ready to add in some shadows to the top of the cake. Like I mentioned before, the light is coming from the upper right, so we need to have a shadow coming from the other side. So just like before, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to make that layer a clipping mask. So this is a clipping mask of the top of the cake layer, that one. And then I'm going to set the blend mode to multiply. So this is going to have a darkening effect. And then I'm going to sample kind of the mid-range color of pink of this cake, and then draw a shadow coming from the candle going to the left. And then I also want to add some darker shadows to the candle. I'm going to use this same layer to add some shadow detail to the decorative icing. So I'm just choosing kind of a darker pink and filling in some shadows on the left side of the icing, kind of in those little cracks, and just kind of working with it. I'm trying to imagine how the light might hit it and cause a shadow to be kind of on that left side. So that's what I'm doing right here. And then I'm going to use the dry detail brush to add some kind of sharper shadows kind of in those cracks and along the edges as well. And I noticed that there's kind of not enough contrast between the top of the cake and the sides, so I'm just going to lighten that a little bit using hue, saturation, brightness. And that also made the shadow layer a little too dark now, so I'm just going to select that area and then use hue, saturation, brightness to lighten that up a bit as well. And then I think overall we can use a little bit more pizzazz when it comes to the highlights. So I'm going to go back to the middle filling layer of the cake and just use that swash brush to add a little bit more highlights and maybe another shadow kind of along the top edge. And then maybe a few more highlights on the top of the cake. So the next thing I want to do is add a cast shadow coming from the cake itself. So I will create a new layer and I'm going to place it below all the other layers. And for this, I'm going to use the gouache wash brush and a light gray. And I'm just kind of painting in this angled shadow coming from the cake going to off the frame of the canvas. And I'm using kind of a light touch, and then I'm coming back over it and adding in a little bit, I'm kind of layering in darkness. With this brush, the more you layer brush strokes, the darker and darker it will get. And then it's looking a little too brush strokey. So I'm going to actually use the same brush as a smudger, so using the smudge tool, and just kind of like smudge it a little bit and blend those strokes together. Kind of clean up some of the edges here. And then you also need to have a really dark shadow right where the cake hits the table or whatever surface this is on. So I'm going to use a darker color, and I'm going to use the same brush and then just kind of draw in a dark area right underneath the cake. And then maybe I'm deciding I want to change the background. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then as soon as I do that, I'm noticing that some parts of this drawing are a little transparent, and which looked great when it's on white, but now that it's on blue, it looks not so good. So I'm going to create a layer, and I'm going to put it behind all the cake layers. And then I'm just going to grab my gouache thick brush, and I'm just going to paint in anywhere where the blue is showing through. And then since I changed the background, what I'm going to do to the cast shadow layer, the very bottom layer, I'm going to change its blend mode to multiply. And this is really good because you can see the way that the darkness of that color interacts with the color beneath it, which is the background. And then, oh, whoops, gotta erase that, didn't mean to do that. So the last thing I want to do here is add a little shadow detail around the candle because it kind of looks like it's floating. So I'm gonna grab like a dark pink and my dry detail brush to just draw a little shadow line all along the bottom edge of the candle. And then I'm gonna go back to the top of the cake layer and just add in a little highlight around that too, because I imagine the icing would kind of like splurge and it would splurge, it would splooge, and kind of like squish up right around the candle. So that's why I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight there. And I am all done. Piece of cake, am I right? You guys come for the corny jokes, I know. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it got you maybe hungry for a piece of cake. I kind of am. The brushes I used in this tutorial were from my gouache paintbox. You can find this set as well as many others at bardotbrush.com. If you post your artwork to Instagram, I would love to see it. Use the hashtag #BardotBrush. Thanks and happy art making! If you like this video, please subscribe for more awesome tutorials. And check out one of my other videos. Thanks and have a great day!